programme is called Something for the Weekend. It has been created and produced by Dave Clark. It is a How production for Sound Art Radio. So welcome aboard, and that's a big clue. So no, we're not sailing in the bay. We're not at Brixham. We're not even in Devon, let alone the South Hams. In fact, we're not even in the UK. So how can I set the scene? Well, to my left, some mud brick houses, some green palm trees and banana trees with a backdrop of rock. High ridge of barren rock and mountains. And to my right, you might hear the calls of a child, the bark of a scraggy dog. And well, in front of us we've got a little tugboat with 100 yards of rope, and that tugboat is heading to the vanishing point of the river that we're on, and the sun's right in front of us, and that tugboat is tugging us. It's a big old boat we're on. It's got cabins and everything. And if I said we were heading towards Lake Nasser, you might be right. We're on the Nile, and it's quite extraordinary. So it's a beautiful day, as you would expect. It's a bit nippy, bit of a cool breeze, but my goodness gracious me, there's more crew on this boat than there are guests. And we're in Egypt, on the Nile, and there's nobody here. Everybody in Egypt's gone. I don't know where they've gone, but all the people who live here are still here. But very quiet. One direct flight a week, I'm told, from Heathrow to Luxor. So that's great, but things are picking up. Well, great for us, not great for everybody who lives here, but things are picking up. So we're going to find out a little bit about the people on this boat, what they do, and we're going to find out a little bit about the boat itself. It's got a beautiful big mast at the pointy end, the bow, and a lovely big mast at the back. And no sails up at the moment because of that tugboat, but those sails will be coming up once we get through a lock. We're going to go through quite a big lock, and anyway, so soak up the scene here. Big wide river, mountains to the left, barren mountains.
My name is Khyry Ali Abdul Majid. I'm from Luxor, West Bank, Egypt. I live in the West Bank in the village. I have 3 boys and 1 daughter. And I have started this business with Mr. Christopher a long time ago. We have been a partner in one house, and then we have built another house, and we have built another house. We have 3 houses between us, and I'm always would like to do more. There are times that I really build other houses for other people as well. So I met that English lady as well. She used to own that boat. It was a really beautiful boat, and she would like to sell it. So I found some in Egyptian, because I really like the boat and the style of the boat. I found some Egyptian investors who have some money, and he bought the boat, and he gave me the whole responsibility for the boat from A until Z. I mean, for the whole work, developing the whole things in the boat, changing all the motors, everything. I have renewed it all, and it's something that I like it, because this is my first job. I was a sailor. I was having a boat, felucca, sailing boat in Luxor, and that's how I met Mr. Christopher and Paola, and that's how I start. So the Nile, or the sailing, for me, it's a pleasure.
Entering the lock here in the Echo. Ropes being thrown down. So a small rope comes down, gets tied onto the bigger rope and then hauled up. Fenders going in, the old tyres to stop the boat from being damaged. So we've got plenty of room.
This boat is a very old style. It's called the Dahabeya, and this is the way that the people at the past, 200, 300 years ago, used to travel in the night before the engines and the petrols and all this and the motors. They used to travel by the Dahabeya from Cairo to Aswan and to Sudan before the high dam. So this is a very old style boat. The boat has two sails, one at the front and one at the back. The long of the boat is 35 meter, and the wide is six and a half meter. The boat has got 4 cabin and 1 suite at the back, big suite, and has got a single room as well, and living room and kitchen, and also a room for the crew at the front. And of course has got a beautiful sun deck. That's where most of the people spending most of their times, in the sun deck, because of the sun, and to see the life going by when you are sailing up or down the River Nile. The boat is called Queen Tiye, and I renew the name. It's called Queen Tiye. Lara at the past. Queen Tiye, it's my favorite queen. She was the wife of Amenhotep III. She was really beautiful, clever, intelligent queen. So that's why I like her, and I named the boat after her.
This is the second day. We got up really early. Well, actually I didn't, but everybody was up early. The boat slipped its moorings early, and we're at Edfu, which is quite a big city. And we're going to go to Edfu Temple, and it's all going to happen. So we've got sun's out, of course. Nile looks great, the old Nile, and it's wide. So on the opposite bank it's all green, and on this bank it's all built up and looking good. And we're going to get a looks like a horse and cart to the temple, which I'm told, which I read the other day, is one of the most intact ancient temples in Egypt. So much intact, in fact, that people freak out sometimes when they go inside because it's so sort of weirdly intact, I suppose. I don't know. Let's find out. We might freak out and then we'll know. But anyway, Edfu, here we come. So we're on the old pony and cart. Bit of Cockney rhyming slang there. So it's the first time I've been on land for a couple of days. It's good to get the old land legs back. The old land lubbers. Hookahs by the side of the road. Hookahs, that is. Who cares? Smells good. Smells very horsey. Lots of horses around. I'm getting a bit of speed up here. Going for the first fence, second furlong. Over we go. Wait. Down. Going up to the finish line. Bit of a race on our hands. Neck and neck. Photo finish. Yeah.
Same.
Hi.
What's your country?
England.
How now, brown cow? Welcome to Egypt.
Yes.
My name
Fish and
Mohammed.
chips, thank
If
you.
you finish temple, is my shop. You want to
Okay,
buy something?
we'll have a
This is
look.
my card. Mohammed Bazaar, number 3.
Okay, we'll have a
Welcome.
look.
What's your name?
David.
David. I'll give you. What's your name, lady?
Joe.
Joe. Welcome to Egypt. This is my shop. If you finish temple. When we come back, if you finish temple, my name Mohammed. If you want to buy, all right. If you don't like it, no problem.
Okay.
Okay? This is my shop.
Thank you.
What's your name?
David.
David. My name Mohammed.
No.
Welcome
Okay.
to Egypt.
Okay.
This is 2 scarves. No, it's gift. It's no
Okay,
money. But
okay.
because hot in temple, the sun is
Okay.
beautiful.
All right.
This here.
Yeah.
Grow.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Mohammed, don't forget me.
Okay.
120. Hello.
We can do 5 nights, and that will start in Luxor. It will end up in Aswan.
Okay.
During these 5 days, we see a lot. There is a lot to see.
Yeah.
First, if we leave from Luxor, we'll take like 1 day. We sleep the 1 night in Isna, and then we wake up the next morning to see Isna Temple, which is a Greek-Roman temple, and then start sailing after Luxor to reach Edfu Temple, which is this is the temple of Horus, and in between we stop in the islands and we stop in the villages. We walk around to see the farmers and the farms and what they grow around the fields. So it's like an experience of everything. You have the Nile experience. You go and you see the villages around, and you see temples and monuments at the same time. So it's relaxing a trip. It's excitement because of the sail. It's educating or to see the temples and to see the monuments as well. After Edfu, we sail south. We reach. There is another temple called Al-Kab. We stay the night there as well in Al-Kab. And then the next morning we go to another temple called Al-Silsila temple. This is the quarry where the ancient people used to cut their stone to build their temples in Luxor and Aswan everywhere. This is a quarry of a stone place where the ancient used to cut, and it's very beautiful there. We stay the whole night in front of the temple. And the mountains behind us, we walk around to see different stamps for the different pharaohs who've been or sent people there to cut stone for them. And then the next day we go to another place called Komombo, see Komombo temple, and then the next day we are in Aswan to see Aswan, of course. And then people could come back to Luxor by bus, or some people they fly from Aswan. So this is the program of the Dahabeya. It's, as I say, it's I've done it many times, and every time I do it as a manager or a captain of a boat, I enjoy it myself. It's excitement, and it's something really special, and I like what I'm doing. That's why you see me I wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and that's all with a pleasure to start sailing, to reach time, because we have to be in the temples in certain time, but we are much easier and relaxed. There is no rush, there is no hurry. It's like a relaxing trip.
Right, so we're through the old gate. I'm now sort of fully turbaned up. A gift from Mohammed, as long as I go back to his shop, which is fine. I actually quite liked him. He had a bit of character. And we are now at the temple, and it is pretty impressive. So, you know, how on earth do you describe? Pylon number 1, please.
Make sure they take kids to the different symbols.
Yeah.
Wow.
We know that's Hathor and Horus.
Yes,
They're couples,
yes, and they
have
consummate
one
their marriage here.
when they come in. So this is the birth room where Hathor have her son, Horus the son. What's in every temple you see in Egypt? You have this wall. This wall is it's 19 meters. It was 19 meters wide by 5 meters thick.
Wow.
It was around the whole temple as a guard the whole
guard
temple.
it, yeah.
And this is the room that we say it's for the birth room where Hathor had her birth with her son, Horus the son.
Horus the son.
Yeah.
The birth room, not the bathroom, the birth room.
Birth. Now the birth. This is the Hathor, and this is her son. She's feeding him. Horus the son.
Okay, yes. Horus the son.
Oh yes. It's quite big to be breastfed.
So this is the boats that come in with
It's bringing Hathor.
the Hathor boats coming, and you can see the head of Hathor.
Oh yes, I can.
And this is her son. It starts from up there with all the goddess are uplifting the babies, Horus the son, and here he's young, he's a baby. Look.
What's the
In
symbol of
his
his
mother-
head then?
In his mother lap. You see the baby?
Yes.
The mother in Hathor lap.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
In the lap.
It's going to get noisy.
It's time to go.
Hello. That was me. Hello. Hello. So Khyry, how long before Joe and I become Egyptian? Because it said in the video that if you stay too long in Egypt as a foreigner, you become Egyptian.
Yes, and it's really
How many hours have we got left?
I don't think it doesn't take much time from you because you are very open.
I think maybe a few days.
Christopher, what have you done to him? He's become Egyptian.
My nose looks like Horus's nose already.
Yeah, it does. Actually, that's true. He's got Horus's
I've got the nose of Horus.
I'm going to take a photograph of you next door to Horus.
Yeah, get our conchs lined up.
So here, it looks like they're different colour.
So these are the highest pylons in Egypt, which is the gate, the highest pylons.
Because
They are absolutely. This is absolutely incredible.
What?
From my mother's side, not from my father's side, I have 17.
Well, I am a tour guide. Qualified. I study to be a tour guide. I study Egyptologists. So in Luxor we have 2 houses, one by the Nile and one little bit 5 minutes from the Nile, and a small villa called Villa Khyry. So we rent them out for people, and mainly we have a program for them. So if you look at the website that we have, you will see the reviews about me and people that I do trips for them. I take them to Kings Valley, to Queens Valley, to Hatshepsut Temple, Karnak Temple, Luxor Temple. So there are a lot to do in Luxor, but the Luxor trip, or the time in Luxor, it's very nice and it's very exciting with monuments. But the boat, it's more than just monuments and temples, right? It's sailing, it's excitement more. So what we try to do is we try to get like 5 days in Luxor and 5 days in the boat. That will be perfect for anyone who would like to see Egypt in a nice way, relaxing, and monuments and sailing and excitement.
So we're on our way back on the old Nile, chugging along. Well, we're not actually chugging along, it's the tugboat that's doing the chugging on that 100-yard rope. And there's a very old boat in front of us. It's bigger than ours, quite considerably bigger, but it's old. It's really old. It used to be a steam paddle boat. It's called Sudan. So the Nile is splitting around an island by the looks of things, and rumour has it that we're going to go to an island in the Nile where there's sandy beach. We're going to go for a dip, and apparently the water's warm. I don't know, I can't tell by looking at it, but it feels pretty chilly out here, but the temperature's...
Time that I have done this trip with people, really they love it, because everyone finds what he wants to do. So if you want to relax, you will be relaxing. If you want to see monuments, you will be able to see monuments. If you want to walk around the farms, you can have this as well. If you would like to be a bit of sailing, enjoy the sail, you will have this. So everyone will find his happiness and what he can pick up from this trip. So really, the food, we do a really fresh Egyptian food. Everybody's really say that's really good, and they like the food, and they like the sails, and they like the villages and the place where they see and what they see in the way.
So as you can probably tell, we're up and awake. Another lovely sunny day. So we woke up this morning quite early actually. We were woken up quite early with the noises of the boat, the ropes and the moorings being let loose at probably around about 5 o'clock. So we're going downstream, but a really strong headwind, really strong. So I looked out the window this morning, and the Nile looked more like the sea. You know, it's kind of little white horses breaking. It's a lot calmer now, but that was quite a battle to get through those waves. And well, it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty strong. So wow, and what a day yesterday was. I mean, seriously, very nice, relaxing day. The swim in the Nile was just breathtaking. God, it was freezing. And in the evening, you know, had this great food. The food on board, you know, the chef is just brilliant, amazing food. And then they cleared away the tables. In came the music, and all the crew, lovely guys, all came in, and we all had a bit of a dance to some, well, I wouldn't call it Arab trance, but it was more like Arab techno. Gosh, oh dear, I think I may have just recorded. No.
Well, we have a website. We are in holiday rentals, and we have our own website that's being managed. It's managed with Mr. Christopher. It's called nilevillas.co.uk.
Okay.
Luxor, nilevillas.co.uk. And my own hotmail, KHYRYLXR1 @hotmail.com. And the telephone as well for me, it's 002 0100 617 6446. This is my telephone number.
And you are on the phone a lot, so maybe you like people when they call you. Is the good way to get hold of you?
Yeah, because I'm I'm always traveling. I'm doing things with other people. But I check my emails every day. Yeah, and I can reach. And the Dahabeya website, it's called www.dahabeyaqueentiye.com.
So I look up now, I can see the whitewashed mast, blue sky, white sails, gently flapping in the wind. Very beautiful. So yeah, so our little trip down the Nile, our little cruise is nearly over. Got a big one going past, look. Nile treasure. Be a bit disappointed if you dug that one up, but anyway, actually looks like it has been dug up. It's filthy, but yeah. So there we are, little trip down the old Nile, and we've got a couple of days left, so that's rather nice. So we're going to go to, well, in Luxor, you kind of be a little remiss if you didn't go to the Valley of the Kings. So we're going to do that tomorrow, and I think, oh no, we're not actually. Tomorrow we're going to go to the Karnak. We're going to go to the other side, the other bank. We're going to go to the Karnak temple, and the day after that we're going to go to the Valley of the Kings. So still lots to do. You could actually never exhaust this place in terms of archaeological treasures, because they're sort of digging them up faster than you can visit them. They reckon a huge percentage of the ancient tombs are still yet to be discovered in some parts. I kind of made that up, but I was told that. But it sounds like it could be true. But then again, it sounds like it could be made up, like most things really. But anyway, it's very nice now. Just take a listen to this. It's about as noisy as it gets. So I'm just asking you, what Tell me the 3 words that come to your mind when you think about this river cruise trip on the Nile.
Okay. Serene,
Who's she?
green, and
Windy.
windy.
Windy Miller.
Serene, green, and windy.
That was a How production for Sound Art Radio. For more details, please visit soundartradio.org.uk, iamthehow.co.uk. And thanks for listening.